Good morning, everyone. Welcome to this free webinar organized by Doxity in collaboration with LUNEX. The webinar is entitled Promoting Wellbeing at Work, Strategy and Emerging Careers in Employee Wellbeing. I'm Victoria. On behalf of Doxity, I welcome you and thank you very much for connecting with us today to take this opportunity to know this fantastic university. We are expecting many people from many different countries. For that reason, I want you to know that you can leave a greeting in the chat and write to us from which country are you connecting. We would love to know. So, as I said, for those who are connecting now, as I said, my name is Victoria, and on behalf of Doxity, I welcome you to this free webinar with LUNEX University entitled Promoting Wellbeing at Work, Strategy and Emerging Careers in the Employee Wellbeing. I ask you to be with us a few minutes to wait for the others to connect. In the meantime, if you want, you can leave a greeting in the chat and write us from which country are you connecting. I start reading the first country, and thank you for being with us today and welcome again to this webinar. Here we are going to discover how to achieve excellence as a corporate health and well-being manager with some insight from professor and students. Today we have an excellent panel who comes to represent LUNEX. We are here with Dr. Jessica Price, Assistant Professor in Corporate Health Management and Sustainability, Program Lead and Bachelor Corporate Health Management and Wellbeing, and Professor Dr. Mathieu Winot, Professor Head of the Department of Management, Chair of Teaching and Learning Council. We are here today with some students of LUNEX, Lori Gang, and the new Saron. Thank you to be here with us today to share your personal experience. I think it's very important to all of us. So we are going to start this free seminar entitled Promoting Wellbeing at Work, Strategy and Emerging Careers in Employee Wellbeing. At the end, we will have a question and answer section where you could ask a question directly into our panel in the Q&A box. I ask you to stay until the end in order to request your certificate of participation at this webinar. And now I see hello from Italy, hello from Croatia, from Albania. Wow, thank you for being here with us today. So now, Jessica, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Victoria. It is a pleasure to be here. I am delighted to introduce to you the field of corporate health management, or also known as corporate wellness. So this field is a response to the many pressures that employees have been undergoing in the workplace. These pressures have to do with, for example, the introduction of technologies, extreme amount of technologies that employees have to deal with, pressures that come from job insecurity, higher levels of stress, and also techno-stress. And of course, we cannot forget the impact and ongoing impact that the COVID-19 pandemic had on the workplace. This situation, this environment, led companies to realize that taking good care of employee mental health, physical health, and well-being is a crucial aspect that's related to their success. In fact, research has shown that employee productivity, so the capacity to produce a better quality of work, is increased when there is higher employee satisfaction. When employees feel better about the work that they do, and when they feel that their work is valued and appreciated, but also that the company that employs them cares about who they are as individuals, then this has a significant positive impact in how they experience the workplace. And to explore this topic further, there was a research conducted between the years 2021 and 2023 by Oxford University, along with Indeed, who you may know, it's a job search engine. And what they did is they decided to interview approximately 1,636 employees to look at whether, what did they think about how their company dealt with the issue of well-being. And what was very interesting is that they found that the 100 companies that got the highest well-being scores amongst these interviewed employees were also extremely profitable. So they were getting a lot of return for their investments, so much so that they scored even higher than some NASDAQ and some S&P 500 companies. So if there is a question that the bottom line of companies is positively affected or influenced by the employee health and well-being, this study dissipated all doubts. So we know that definitely this new trend of corporate health and well-being is already impacting companies and organizations, which are offering more and more benefits to their staff. And some of these benefits include well-being spaces, well-being rooms, gyms, high-quality nutrition offerings, flexible working hours, psychological support, an environment that is more inclusive and more supportive, and moreover, asking employees what is it that they really want. So exploring employees' needs in order to build a better work environment. And this is what we believe it's going to be the future of work precisely, this kind of environment that now companies seem to realize that it's here and now a necessity so that they can succeed. So now I give the word to Mathieu. He will continue to introduce LUNEX University.
Thank you, Jessica. So hello, everyone. So I'm very happy to introduce you to LUNEX. So as you understand, the Bachelor in Corporate Health Management and Wellbeing is taught at LUNEX. And LUNEX, if you don't know, it's a modern higher education institution based in Luxembourg. So we have about 1,000 students studying a bachelor or master degrees in health, sport, or management. So there are many opportunities to connect with students, with other students in our different programs and to socialize. And if you don't know LUNEX, if you don't know Luxembourg, so LUNEX is located at the heart of Europe. So Luxembourg is really in the middle of Europe, close to Paris, Brussels, or Frankfurt. So very easy to jump to one country to another one. And what's very unique about LUNEX is really we provide very unique and personal support to our students. So we do care that our students succeed. It's very important for us that our students succeed in their studies, succeed in their career, and really we are really very helpful to all our students here at LUNEX. And what's very interesting also about LUNEX is that we have an interactive teaching style, which is really applied to practice with opportunities to connect with organizations, with experts, with guest lecturers. So there are many different aspects that we provide. And just to close on that, LUNEX is really truly an amazing place to develop your skills and to feel supported, and an amazing place to study the Bachelor in Corporate Health Management and Wellbeing. And Jessica, we're going to talk a little bit more about the program itself.
Thank you, Mathieu. I think I was way ahead with the slide, but here we are. I'm very proud to introduce you to our new bachelor degree in corporate health management and well-being. And let me start by saying this is a one-of-its-kind program in Europe. There's not other program like ours because first of all, the topic is very uniquely positioned as a master's degree program in most universities, but we are offering it at the bachelor's level. So the students that may decide to join us will encounter that many of the courses that we are offering are specialization courses that oftentimes are only offered at the master's level. So our program offers or consists of 3 years of studies that include 2 internships, being the second internship the longest one. It can run up to 6 months. And during those 6 months, obviously, students get a full-fledged experience in building their professional skills, learning about the working environment, and possibly also being able to research topics of their interest. We know also that as corporate health and well-being develops as a field, there are new interesting topics that students can explore with the support of our research tutors. Additionally, there is a bachelor thesis that must be completed at the end of the studies, and this thesis gives students the opportunity to further investigate and explore an area of interest. We also believe that this internship opportunity, which is paid here in Luxembourg, allows students to develop already a network, a professional network that will allow them to build on those relationships and connect more and more and benefit fully from the internship experience in order to build their professional profile. Another fascinating aspect of our program is that it is multidisciplinary, and this is particularly, or can be particularly appealing for curious and innovative students who are not only interested in one specific area of study, but may find it extremely interesting to have a variety of courses. So to give you an idea, we have courses in the area of psychology. We have courses in the area of business and management. Another set of courses deal with corporate health management. And we also have courses in digitalization. Some of these courses are introductory courses, especially during the first year. But the second year, we go straight into the specialization courses. And the third year, students will benefit from the professionalization courses. We're building on each year in order to prepare our future graduates to be able to be fully rounded professionals that will be able to access interesting opportunities. And talking about opportunities, let me also say that our program is very new. We're just starting, so we hope that you join us in building a program that will open opportunities for exchange and exchanges at all levels, be it with other academic institutions or be it with companies. Opportunities of exchange may include conferences, field trips, cultural events, or events pertaining to corporate health. We recently hosted a conference here in Luxembourg on the topic of why should companies care about employee well-being, and it was extremely well attended. So we believe that we have a wide array of opportunities for students to develop their own personal profiles, their professional profiles. And we're building partnerships. We have partners in education, as we call them, and some of these companies are already based in Luxembourg. So you see some of our education partners on the slide, but we also continue to build those partners in education in other parts of Europe. And also I want to add that students who may want to work with a specific company and do their internship there would find that this is possible for us. So we are very excited about our bachelor degree, and I look very much forward to your questions. And now back to Mathieu. Oh, sorry, no, that's me. I'm sorry. So perhaps before we go to Mathieu, let me just mention that we believe that the field of corporate health and well-being is exponentially growing. We imagine that in the next 5 years, there's going to be way much more opportunities to the ones that you can identify at the moment. But these positions that I'm presenting on the slide are already existing, are already being offered. And as you can see, job opportunities in different parts of Europe are already a reality. We have job offerings in France, in Germany, and in Spain. You can see that the wide array of options goes to people and culture advisor, to health and well-being coach, for those of you who might have an interest in an independent career as as someone who works independently, or you can work as a quality of life manager, as a happiness consultant, as a chief happiness officer, which is also very much appreciated job opportunity. But when we see career development, our graduates can expect to grow at the executive level. And why not, eventually find themselves in positions such as Global Health and Wellbeing Director, Global Head of Health and Resilience, Director of Wellbeing and Benefits, and Health and Safety and Wellbeing Strategy Manager. Those positions already exist, and they exist in some of the companies that are presented on the slide. So these jobs are already a reality, and we believe that the field is going to grow exponentially in this sense. So now we go to Mathieu.
Thank you, Jessica. Yeah, so let's talk a little bit about Luxembourg. So I don't know if you ever been to Luxembourg, but Luxembourg is quite an amazing country. It's quite a buzzing country. Many things happen in Luxembourg. So as I mentioned before, it's in the heart of Europe, around Belgium, Germany, and France, so very close to all these countries. Luxembourg is a multicultural country, really English friendly. So many people actually speak English in Luxembourg. So we have three official languages in Luxembourg: Luxembourgish, French, and German. But everybody speaking English, to be honest. And there are big companies in Luxembourg as well in the financial industry, so finance, banking industry, but also such like Amazon, Ferrero, Deloitte, KPMG, and Young. So there are also European institutions that are based in Luxembourg. So it's really an attractive place to study, to do an internship, and to network, and to find quite a well-paid job as well. And because Luxembourg is a rich country with a salary level quite above the European standards in a way. And you can see also from the picture on the bottom. So the Dare to Care conference that Jessica mentioned. So it's an event that we launched a couple of months ago. Was attended by about 100 people from renowned companies in Luxembourg with big interest in corporate health and well-being in Luxembourg. So it was organized by LUNEX in the city center of Luxembourg. It was really an amazing conference. So a lot of opportunities to connect with key stakeholders. So if you've never been to Luxembourg, I can tell you that Luxembourg is a super safe country. It's a very small country, more like a city-sized country, but it's really a human side, really. So human side with a really high quality of life, of care, and of safety, which is really, really excellent. So as I mentioned, it's very well connected, since it's at the heart of Europe, and you can really easily travel to Paris, 2 hours by train, to Germany, to Belgium. Very easy to travel to major European cities during the weekends, for example, when you don't have class. And what's even more interesting in Luxembourg is that whole public transport are free. So in the country, so you take the bus, you take the train, you take the tram, everything is free. In terms of public transport, which helps getting around to visit the country, enjoying the countryside, and the cultural events and the outdoors. It's really an amazing place for that. So overall, I'll say that really Luxembourg provides university students with a dynamic and rich environment that combines cultural diversity, career opportunities, and high quality of life. So really something very interesting to live, especially. And now I would say that we are very happy to have 2 LUNEX students from our Corporate Health Management and Wellbeing program. So Laurie and Zeynep, so you are here with us, and I think everybody will be glad to hear from your experience about LUNEX, or what you enjoy here. So if you can say a few words, we'll really appreciate you. So thanks Laurie and Zeynep.
Thank you. First of all, LUNEX is very different from other universities around the world because it's very small compared to others. And I like the support we have from teachers and tutors, the help we get when we need it, but also from the students' office and so on. But also what I like more about LUNEX is their teaching way is very unique because we have block teaching, in which we can focus on one subject completely before we go into another, which gets which makes it easier to actually study and also understand what you're studying about. And also, I think LUNEX is a great university for the cultural difference we have here in the classes, but also around. We also have a lot of things organized by our student union to get to know each other, even also cultural things like the cultural potluck that we have, where we can get to know each other's food from different countries and so on.
Yeah, LUNEX is also a good opportunity for me to study because before I'm coming here, I'm searching health management, but I don't know there's corporate health management. And when I see this program, I really want to apply because I studied business technology before, and I'm also good at management. And yeah, so when I enter this university, my teachers, lecturers will help me a lot during the courses. And I really like because of the teaching style, like Lori mentioned, like we have block teaching and there is no block teaching, I think, in other universities. So this is a good opportunity for you to take. So you have benefit to less study, just focus on the one subject rather than 5 to 6 subjects in a year. So that's a good opportunity, and it gives you many opportunities to work like in the corporate health organizations, or you can also work in global health area, business area, or psychology, as I said. So thank you.
Thank you, Laurie and Zeynep. I really appreciate your thoughts here and sharing your experience with potential students around here. So thanks very much for speaking out and saying good things about us. And just to confirm that we didn't pay you, huh? So I'm joking, but of course it's every student is really thankful here for all the support they receive. So, and I will just follow up with how to enroll. So if you're interested, of course, you can reach out to us at studentrecruitment@lunex.lu. And in terms of the admission process, so of course, you need to apply to get into LUNEX. So you need to receive your documents, so student your ID, your diploma, your healthcare insurance. Then, of course, LUNEX is an English-speaking institution. So we only speak in English. So you need to have a level B2 in English, so it's intermediate. So I think that if you understand what everybody was saying here, you'll be absolutely fine, but you can do an online test. You actually should do an online test to ensure that you have a level B2 in English. Then when it's done, you receive a student agreement that you can sign and return, and you can start your studies in October, eventually in April. So everything is made easy for our students. So from starting to applying to graduating, so really supporting you all through your student pathway, if you want. So if you have done eventually some studies in the past, so for now eventually you are studying at university that you have difficulties, but you still pass some courses, and it's possible to recognize those credits, those modules, those courses that you've done somewhere else at LUNEX. So if it matches with something that we have already in our program, so we call that recognition of prior learning. Okay. So the admission process, very simple. Everything can be done online, submitting document, receiving a contract, sign it, and sending it back. So now in terms of fees, so there is, of course, some tuition fees. So there is first registration fee of 695 euros. So it's the one-time payment fees. And also there are tuition fee of 70 euro per month. But for now, we have a special discount until the end of June, where the tuition fee is 525 per month for the duration of the studies. So for the 3 years, you would pay 525 euro per month for 3 years, which will be just increased by 2% per year to follow the indexation in Luxembourg that we have in this country. So it's an amazing offer. It's I think it's about 3,000 per year reduction in fees. So it's quite a big offer that we have just for you through this webinar and this special discount until the end of June. So you need to reach out to us before the end of June to student recruitment in order to receive such offer. So if you have from the European Union, you can also pay the studies monthly. So it's a 12-month that you pay every month, €525. So it also help with payment instead of paying upfront. It's much easier to pay per month. It's €525 per month for 12 months. It's really helps. So in case you have a side job on the side of your studies, which some students do have, also that's something that you can really help a lot. So don't hesitate to reach out to us through student recruitment if you're interested to follow up with the corporate health management and well-being program. Then we'll be very happy to answer. But I think we also already have some kind of answer, so we can take that through just after this, during this session, obviously. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Matthew, Jessica, and the other two students, Lori and Zeno, for your interesting presentation, for have stayed with us today. And I think for some of us, it was really interesting to learn more about the emerging career in the employee well-being. So for that reason, I think it's time to start the Q&A part of this event. So don't be shy and keep writing in the Q&A box all your doubts and questions. And I think we can start with the first question. Patricia asks, are the internships paid?
Well, for what we know in Luxembourg, we have 2 internships in the program. The first internship is 1 month long, and that is mainly to give the students an opportunity to get acquainted with the working environment, to start building their skills, and to identify areas of interest. The second internship, we expect it to last 6 months. And in that context, according to Luxembourgish law, students are paid for their work. So yes, there would be certainly an opportunity to get an internship that is paid. Students may also opt to go for an internship that may to do their internship in an organization that may not offer payment because they have a specific interest, but that will be their choice to make, depending on the area. But certainly companies are mandated by Luxembourgish law to offer payment compensation to interns.
Thank you. Also relating about the internship things, what will be the position? Are there many opportunities in the field of work relating well-being?
You mean in terms of after students graduate?
No, I think about the opportunities of the internship, I think we talked a lot about the possible career, but they ask us about the position during the internships.
Well, I believe that the internships are an opportunity for students to showcase their abilities, their capacities, how relevant they become in supporting whatever is going on in the organization. So it would be possible, it might be possible that students may end up reaching an agreement with the organization after they graduate. But this is obviously something that would happen on a not something that would happen independently of what we do in the program, but it will be possible for students to take this initiative and move forward if they find that this is the field and this is the area of development that they want to go for.
Thank you very much. And we have another question about it's easy to find a job in this field. Which is the percentage of students that after the degree find a job?
Well, I believe that it's the kind of field that it's evolving, it's growing. So we expect it to be more salient in terms of job opportunities. But yes, it is possible for graduates to find a job. And of course, the reason why we advocate for internship opportunities is so that students get a good sense of the field in which they can develop and the companies that they should target and develop a proactive job search upon graduation. Because obviously what happens at the moment is that there are not too many people who are trained in corporate health and well-being. And so what companies do right now is do internal promotion, some of them. But we believe that as soon as companies realize that this is a profession now, that is where young graduates get the training that they need, that more and more opportunities will become available.
Thank you, Jessica. And we have some question about living in Luxembourg. For example, Carlo asked us, I've never been, it is expensive.
Yeah, well, Luxembourg, it's true that it's an expensive country. We cannot deny that, and the salary range is also quite higher than in other European Union countries. But the interesting part in Luxembourg is that really very close to other countries. So you can very easily live in France, Belgium, or Germany and commute half an hour commuting to where LUNEX is based. LUNEX is very at the border of France and Belgium, very close. So you can live in Belgium, live in France, and commute to LUNEX. So it's an expensive country to live in terms of accommodation. Yeah, that's for sure. In terms of food, that's not so much higher than other countries, I would say. But in terms of accommodation, yes, we have to be true. It's true. Living in Luxembourg, it can be expensive. This is why many of our students as well live in France, and then they commute 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes to study at LUNEX. And because of this module block, so you don't come at LUNEX just for 1 hour of class. So when you come, it's for at least half a day of class.
I think this is really interesting because I don't know, I haven't thought about moving from another country, but I think yes, France is really near Luxembourg. Also because another question from Marie Darlans is it difficult to find an accommodation in Luxembourg?
So here we are supporting a student to find an accommodation in Luxembourg. So there are some websites where you direct our student to those websites. So we have there are opportunities in Luxembourg, very close to where LUNEX is based in Differdange. There are opportunities close to France as well, so that we share with our student. But as anything, the earlier the better. So I would say, so if you apply earlier, earlier, and then you can apply for an accommodation earlier. That's for sure. That's the key, I would say. So, and it also depends what you want. If you want a penthouse with a view on Luxembourg City, that will be very difficult to find. So, but normal student accommodation, it's really possible to find. But if you wait September, that will be even more difficult than if you apply in June, get accepted in June, and can take your time to find something. But knowing other universities and other places, where it's busy when they are students, it's always difficult. You go everywhere in Europe with important university that attracts students. Let me tell you that it's difficult to find an accommodation for sure. So, so if you want to come to Luxembourg, reach out to us. We'll give you contact details to find a good location, good accommodation for you for sure.
Thank you, Mathieu. I have also some questions for the students about, because Carlo asked, if you want to answer, Lorien is fine. Are you from Luxembourg? If yes, do you have some foreign friends that told you the most difficult thing about studying there as an international student?
Could you please repeat the question?
Is about if you two are from Luxembourg and what are the main difficulties about studying there as an international student?
I'm international student, so I'm from Turkey, and I came from Germany to here. So for me, I think it's basically to study here, right?
Yes.
Okay, to study here, I'm looking for a certain universities, as I mentioned, but I found this found corporate health management very interesting, and
What's difficult for you
living here? Okay, difficulty is the living costs because it's too expensive. So I would say the living costs, sometimes the weather would be difficult to adapt because it's sometimes raining, sometimes not, but mostly I would say the living cost is very expensive compared to other countries. So I would say, and finding accommodation is also a bit difficult. So as yeah, mostly living costs. Everything is expensive for me.
I'm not an international student, so I don't have seen those difficulties for me. So
But there are some, because another question is about where do students usually come from?
well, in our class we have students really from all over the world, like Zainab. She's from Turkey. We have people from Germany, from France, from Qatar, and also from Indonesia.
Nigeria too.
And Nigeria too, yeah.
Impressive. And we are talking about the cost. We have another question about, I think, for Jessica. Do LUNEX offers scholarships?
Well, I'm not aware that we have a scholarship scheme, but students who are perhaps interested in mobility and being able to move across countries, they might be able to approach the Erasmus scholarship program, because obviously at the European level there's a great deal of interest in having students move around. And I'd like to emphasize the point that Mathieu made in regards to students from France, Germany, and Belgium that may find coming to Luxembourg very much like traveling within their own country, because it's a border region. So you may find that it's not so complicated to live in Germany or France and study here at LUNEX. So that's another important point.
Also, if I'm correct, Mathieu mentioned the fact that the transport are free.
Yeah, it's free within Luxembourg, and if you are being very close to the border, it can also be free crossing. But I mean, if you crossing the border, there is no border. There is no passport control. I mean, I cross the border every day, back and forth, because I actually live in Belgium. So it's for 40 minutes. It's very easy, and so many of us that are living around Luxembourg and commuting. And coming back to the scholarship, so we don't have a scholarship, but for now, as I mentioned earlier, we have a 30% off discount for you if you register before the end of if you apply before the end of June. So this is a temporary discount for everybody. It's I just calculated, actually it's 8,000 euros discount.
Thank you very much. We have a related question. Is it possible to work in Luxembourg while studying, while attending lessons and so on?
Yes, it is possible to work up to 15 hours per week legally in Luxembourg. So 15 hours per week, that's the legal part in Luxembourg. So, and some of our students are working on the side, maybe in restaurant, bartender, and things like that in the evening. So it's really possible to combine both. I wouldn't say it's easy. It can be challenging from time to time, but it's something that we are very close to the student to support them. So we are also understanding situations as well, and happy to support. So yes, it is possible, 15 hours per week. And during school holidays, you can do more. So let's say during July, August, then you can increase that amount to much more. I don't know exactly, but I think it's way more hours during school holidays.
Really interesting. And I read another question about if the attendance is required.
So we provide students with block teaching, and as Lori and Zeynep were explaining, the idea is to have a very focused learning experience where we dive deeply into one course, and then when students finish, they go ahead and have a break, and then they start with the other module. So because there's so much that's covered in each session, we recommend for students to not miss class. But of course, if there are circumstances why students may have to miss class, we're very understanding and tolerant. And attendance as such is not mandatory, but highly recommended.
Thank you very much. I have the last question about, I think that Matthew before mentioned the fact about the mission and some date. Some people ask us when are the lessons starting?
Yeah, so the class starts in October. So from October, everybody start beginning of October with the induction week, just to get along with each other, to know each other, and to be on a good start for the 3 years to come. So yes, October is the start, really here. And you can also enroll in April. So yeah, you can enroll in October or in April.
If you have some other question, please write in the chat for the last minute. And we have Carlo who asked us, I think he asked us about which are the possibility of the courses of the career of the bachelor degrees. I don't know if you showed the program before.
We had not shown the full detail of the program in our slides, but to answer Carlos' question, I had mentioned that we have courses in psychology, and within the psychology courses, I see Lori and Zeynep right now because they're taking cross-cultural social psychology. They took also this semester psychology of motivation, emotion, and personality. And next semester, they will take clinical psychology in working life. So this is just within the field of psychology. In the area of corporate health, we have a course that is a fundamental introduction to corporate health management and sustainability. We do have a course on occupational health and safety and occupational risk assessment. Quality criteria in the workplace will come further down the line. In terms of management and business, we have organizational behavior, fundamentals in law and health management, which also Lori and Zeynep took very recently, and business ethics and sustainability is coming up soon. And in the area of research and practice, we have research and methods courses. And here, of course, the internships, the professional internships, the first and the second one. If Carlo is interested in more detail concerning the courses, he can very well contact me, and I'll be very happy to provide him with more information. My contact details are at LUNEX, on the LUNEX website. I can also write down on the chat my email address so that students who are interested in further exploring the content of our program, they can directly reach me. So yeah, definitely we can give you more information about the program.
Thank you, Jessica, and thank you everyone for staying with us this afternoon. And now I'm going to send in the chat the link in order to receive the certificate of attendance here. And I don't know if you would like to leave the participant with a final message.
Perhaps I would like to say that I made the point initially that the workplace is changing. We believe that this program will equip our future graduates to build the workplace of the future. We know that Generation C cares deeply about mental health and sustainability. And if you want to make a difference in these two areas, in these two fields, why not dare to study a program that can actually make a difference, can actually help us build better organizations, better companies, a better life. Nobody wants to go back to the days where companies were not concerned about employee well-being. Companies realize now that change has come, and we believe that for those who want to make a difference and who want to try out something innovative, that it gives them an opportunity to really be one of the first, then this program is for you. That's what I would like to say.
Thank you. Matteo, I don't know if you...
Oh, yeah, I can always say something. No, I think I echo what Jessica said. It's really a program that is needed. It's not us saying it, it's businesses, organizations that say it. So it's a program for the future, a program for employees for the well-being. So a very important skills to be developed through this program. So it's really a big opportunity. So it's a program with lots of opportunities, for sure.
Thank you very much, Jessica, Matteo, Lori, and Zenio for exception. I think it was really interesting, and your insight was really something that everyone could think tonight. Also, if they want to send the application soon. So one moment. Yes, I see it's the last question about, can I reach out as a student for some insights?
Yeah, for sure. I can also send you my email address in the chat, and people can reach out to me maybe if they want to have some other insights than from our teachers.
But
Yes.
don't hesitate to reach out to recruitment as well, and that is also the main email address, student recruitment. So if you have questions, you can also send them an email, and then they can also direct the question to Jessica, myself, or some students as well. Yeah.
Thank you very much. I would like to remind that you are going to receive the recording of the webinar in the next few days and some additional material about the LUNEX. So thank you again, and have a good evening.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone. Have a good evening.
Goodbye.
Thanks.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Bye.